But it's just gone 9 o'clock Central African time. This is BTV News. We're broadcasting live from the nation's capital, Gaborone. I'm Ulibile Samoka. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. The Kasane-Kazungula redevelopment project progressing well despite challenges. Government commits to expedite talks with the Dutch Reformed Church Council concerning the Kgatleng issue.
Township Rollers defeats Orapa United 1-0 to climb second on the log standings of the FNB Premiership.
And that is Liza Osaken joining us later as we continue with our sport news. Taposa is interpreting in sign language. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now, the Kasane-Kazungula redevelopment project is progressing well despite challenges of the country's widespread suspension of the projects pending the review of the development manager model used for developments. The Minister of Environment and Tourism, Mr. Winter Molusi, toured the project and affirmed of the government's commitment for its completion despite any challenges. Tuto Khalitiwi and Kiletelesi Somalakai compiled this one.
Kazungula Bridge started operations in 2021 and remains crucial in promoting intra- and extra-regional trade activities as a trade corridor, and the plans to redevelop have been in the pipeline to create more diversified benefits for the area. However, with the recent regime change, some development systems have been reviewed, and one of the projects affected is the Kazungula redevelopment project. There are 70 suspended projects after we realized the developer model system used for development might be too costly. We are in the process of reviewing, which might spark delays, but despite the challenge, all projects will be completed.
The
Kasane-Kazungula redevelopment project is expected to offer a high-quality range of attractions and activities in addition to the existing safari product and create opportunities to better exploit the area's tourism potential. Our investigations revealed tourists only stays for a shorter period of time in Kasane, and we would like to expand the period of their stay with this development. We would like to have a more diversified tourism product.
Yeah, no ile gore re ka bakanye mo go teng tourism product ya ka kwano gore se ka ikaega hala ka bojana.
Batla gakologola this is a MICE area. A special economic zone in terms of
Chobe is a MICE area or a special economic zone. The redevelopment will open opportunities for lodges, conference centers to benefit from both local and international tourists, and also upgrade the area to a global standard.
The level we are now competing at a global level.
We are looking to create a more attractive scenery in the waterfront and the presidential street. This is again to be at par with the more developed countries. The main aim to revamp the area is to foster growth of the tourism sector and increase beneficiation of the local communities. Kiletelezwe Somalekai, BTV News.
Government commits to expedite talks with the Dutch Reformed Church Council concerning the Kgatleng issue. Dakar is situated on a private farm owned by Dutch Reformed Church Council, which limits the expansion of the village. The Member of Parliament for Kgatleng North, Mr. Noah Salakai, said this on Friday at a children's Christmas party hosted by the First Lady, Ms. Kasane-Kazungula, in Dakar. Badiretse Motlosi reports.
First Lady Ms. Kasane-Kazungula's two-day official visit to Kgatleng district concluded with a children's party in Dakar. Therein, residents requested government to reach a resolution with the church council, indicating that falling under its jurisdiction limits the flow of developments in the village. Jose Waynard Morris of Dakar says though the two parties have made progress in negotiations in the past, no conclusion has been reached, making it crucial to resolve the issue quickly in order for residents to have the much-needed developments and create means of sustenance without limitation.
Yaanong seemo sa motse wa rona go na le ka se kgoreletsang dithabollo go tsena mo motseng wa rona ka teng. Dithabollo tse di tsenang ke tse di tsisang di-service hela mme a go tamo goreng tse di dirang le lehatshe tse di batang go constructiwa go nna le bothata re na le mathata a mantsi ho mme ke supehela gore mo kganyeng ye go na le maiteko a dirilweng ba church council beng ba le hatsi le goromente go kile ga nwa hatsi ga buisana mme se itumedisana ke gore go nta nna le tharabollo ka le hatsile ke eletso ke go bona dithabollo di goroga jaaka metsi yotlhe e mo lehatsheng la Botswana.
The leadership committed to resolving this issue within the new administration's 5-year term.
Re dumalane le mokhanselara gore mo bekeng ya bobedi ya January santse ra bitsa baruti ra go nna hatsa ra buisana ga go nang le modimo ga go a tshwanna go tsana go itelele ke bonang a khanye e tsa ga ke eletse gore go nne jalo ke eletsa gore batho ba dikar le bone hela jaaka ba mahelo a mangwe ba khone go nna le dikago jaaka khosi ya supa gore kana rona re bona ditlamelo hela tsa bo metsi bo motakase tse dingwe tsa go itlhabolla tsa gore ka ga shopo hale wa ikagala sengwe hale go thata.
Tumelo ya me ke gore tsotlhe tse re lang ka tsone di tla rarabololwa ga re ka ke ra nna mo lehatsheng le leng gore ga ke le go ga borone ke na le ditlamelo tse di rileng a be ngwana mo dikarase na tsone.
Still, at the Children's Christmas party, different speakers strongly condemned child abuse acts such as defilement and teenage pregnancies, urging the Kara leadership to report such cases to the relevant authorities in order to ensure that justice is served and the vulnerable are protected. Ke Badiritse Motlosi, BTV News, Dikara.
The Botswana Defence Force has donated 30,000 pula for each of the 4 non-governmental organizations that continue to do good in the society. These are proceeds from the BDF Bands in Concert tour that held its grand finale in Gaborone on Friday. The beneficiaries of the night are Botswana Association of the Blind and Partially Sighted, Camp Hill Community Trust, Men and Boys for Gender Equality, Tuto Botswana Rehabilitation Center. BDF Bands also benefited 30,000 pula from the concert proceeds. The President and Commander-in-Chief, Advocate Dumaboko, who attended the show, donated 10,000 pula on behalf of the First Family to the BDF cause. The BDF launched this annual concert in 1991, mainly to make impact in society through contribution to charitable organization as well as to take the army to the people. The BDF Commander, Lieutenant General Placid Sokoko, says since then the BDF has not only been consistent in hosting the concerts, but also raised the bar in performances and amounts of the donations.
Ka BDF band, re isitse sesole ko Batswaneng. Ha gona ka ha sesole se ka nang sone sa tia ka teng sa nna le go tshepega ka teng ga se ka se ikamane le setšhaba se e leng gore se re ithaopile gore re se sireletse. Setšhaba se ke bone beng ba rona ba romileng thomohe ebile rona re le masole re leboga go menagane gore e be re bone sebaka seo sa gore re thapiwe mo sesoleng e ka tswa e le pitso e re e bileditsweng mme kana ga pitso e biletswa monga sesole ene a sa re ke a go thapa ga go kgonagale gore o ka ba re thapile re rata go leboga thata tautona gore Batswana ba ba kana ba re tshologile ga ba sologela ga ba re tshologile mo mahelong otlhe a re tsamaileng ko teng.
The newly elected Kgatleng District Council Chairperson, Mr. Thabo Komane, says one of the issues he's going to prioritize in his new role is to address the pressing issue of stormwater drainage. Mr. Komane will be assisted by Mr. Solomon Liswiti, who was elected the Deputy Chairperson. Kgatleng District Council comprises of 35 councillors. However, the Chairperson, Mr. Komane, has encouraged the council members to improve their value by acquiring knowledge through reading and understanding standing orders so that they can serve the council diligently.
Namo my 2-year term, my yellow, my James Swami, you address a kind of a Katabalan Kayone, Yamitiat and Lavatum Malope. So, zero Rawitawaki implementation, Yamuchu stormwater drainage master plan, the expansion of sewage line. Baba, it's in our level of plan, Kgatleng. What about this stormwater drainage master plan? Since it's funding here.
The National Blood Transfusion Service blood donor recruiter Ms. Tumelo Khare has appealed to the public to donate blood in large numbers, especially this time of the year. According to Khare, they have only managed to collect 26,000 units of the 45,000 units of blood needed per year. She is concerned that these low volumes are not helpful during festive season because of the high incidence of accidents as they result in patients who they need large pins of blood following various injuries. Solofelo Tombale compiled this one.
The National Blood Transfusion Service has long decried the low levels of donated blood they receive throughout the year. The organization has pointed out a number of factors that they believe are detrimental to the situation.
In light ya gore ga ise gore kgone go ka hitlhela the target since the conception ya lephatale re ka re gongwe go nna teng ngwaga le ngwaga mme gompieno re iphetela re ilwa ke gona gore go na le extended holidays malatsi a boikhutso a mantsinyana go na le nako in the past years na se mantsi thata so gore in between we are able to get a few people ba ileng gore ba batla go donate so gompieno we have about straight 5 days o ileng gore batho ba tlebe ba se mosemo sa go ka donate kana di santara di tswetswe jalo.
NBTS said they remain committed to bolstering their supply.
So in the event that ga re kgone go ka goroga mo targeting is safe for today, we have about 3 options tse leng gore re di beile on hold gore ga go diragala re ka di dirisa. One, re na le di donora tse re di groupetseng emergencies. We're going to be calling those donors ba latelwa ba tla go aba madi at a place at like re dumalane. It could be gone mo centering ha ile gore bontsi ba bone ba go motshudi, it could be go motshudi ha ile gore bontsi ba bone ba go mogoditsane, it could be go mogoditsane.
A recent donor urged others to contribute.
Thoka ba go donate mo go le ke gone gore ra bo re ba re bela the uncertainties gore.
The importance of donating blood is that we get to save it for uncertainties. Also, health authorities have shared that the supply of blood is low and that it is needed for those who are currently in hospitals or are receiving care.
Any underlying factors.
While NBTS is optimistic that hospitals still have enough blood supply to meet patients' needs, they highlighted that collecting as much blood as possible during this period would transform a hope into a life-saving certainty. Solofelo Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
At another local authority at Charles Hill District Council, Mr. Abadueti Setswalo has been elected the new chairperson. In his acceptance speech, Mr. Setswalo emphasized the importance of collaboration across parties to take care of the public needs. He urged fellow councillors to prioritize teamwork for the success of the council.
Let us try our best for the correlates, the challenges, in the stumbling blocks for us to achieve what we wanted to achieve as a council. Let us strive in challenges as they catapult us to double up our efforts and remain focused. That's the main thing. We have to remain focused, effective and efficient in serving our community.
You're watching BTV News. Thank you for staying with us. Now moving on. Divisional Commander South Senior Assistant Commissioner Israel Tuyelo has appealed to Molepolilo community to work well with law enforcement officers who will be on duty during the festive season. Speaking recently at Molepolilo during the launch of the 2024 Joint Festive Season Operation, Senior Assistant Commissioner Tuyelo has noted that they are well prepared to mitigate any situation they may come across. He also highlighted that they will be working with different departments to create a crime-free festive season. Jessica Bilan.
Molepolilo, just like other villages, is said to be prone to criminal offences such as stealing from a dwelling house, theft common, assault common, amongst others, especially during the festive season. Last year, over 100 of various types of crime were recorded in this village over the festive season. Heeding to President Advocate Duma Boko's plea of creating a safe and secure environment during the festive season and beyond, law enforcement officers in Molepolilo took a familiarization tour in the streets to raise awareness about their joint festive operation. We believe that we have deployed enough numbers here, but if we come across challenges which require more officers, we will augment the numbers.
ka di-shift tse tse harologaneng. So they will add more to these numbers.
Senior Assistant Commissioner Tuelo continues to highlight some of the troubling crime-related issues during this season.
Re na le batho ba baelo re gantsinyana we rope them in because
We are going to engage by law officers to help us with some liquor outlets which do not adhere to the official operation times. In order for the joint festive season operation to excel in its objective of achieving a safe and crime-free festive season, the public and neighborhood watch committees are advised to cooperate with law enforcement officers in a quest to safeguard their properties and save lives. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Molepolole.
The Kgatleng Water Utilities Corporation General Manager Mr. Kehano Malema says there is a need to swiftly address to the dire long-standing shortage of water supply in the Kgatleng area. Mr. Malema was speaking during the corporation's stakeholder engagement meeting at Kgatleng.
It has been almost 3 months since residents of Kgatleng have been experiencing a severe shortage of potable water. The Water Utilities Corporation General Manager says one of the main causes of water shortage is vandalism on the corporation's infrastructure.
Kgatleng o tlhokana le gore metsi a ba tswa ko di dibeng. Jaanong ha ba senya ba utswa megala.
Kgatleng is supplied with water from boreholes, so when they vandalize, we cannot afford to supply water. I appeal to you to report those involved in such crimes to the relevant authorities to stop that. Due to shortage of water, when the water supply is interrupted, it takes a long time to recover.
Ya maharathatha metsi. Re le ke go itila kana re heme. Le Kgatleng ka ha ntseng ka teng ka metsi a se tsa thela. Ha metsi a tsamaile go nna thata gore re recover.
The village leadership voices their concerns over the serious shortage of water in the village. It seems some pipelines done by Water Utilities Corporation are temporary, so I wonder if they are in the development plan. We have a very serious problem of shortage of water. 6 boreholes are not enough to supply Kgatleng.
Our
school enrollment has increased to 1,200 students, and just imagine without water in a boarding school. So we need your help. The corporation works around the clock to address the water shortage.
Points.
We will increase our housing points. We will also invest in alternative power like solar, and we will give feedback by March next year on how many boreholes have been connected with solar systems. We have a project in partnership with Lukara Mine. Currently, it is at the Department of Environmental Protection for approval. After approval, the project will commence construction. The corporation is owed 20 million pula in the Buteti district. As such, the public is employed to pay their bills so that the corporation can continue improving its services in the district. BTV News, Kgatleng.
Now in stories further afield, Johannesburg's informal waste reclaimers called Urban Safa collaborates with Holland Insurance Company to professionalize and earn a decent living from waste picking. The collaboration is said to have turned fruitful as it transformed the camp into an award-winning, data-driven, solar-powered sorting and baling hub. The fruitful collaboration is said to have come in handy in destigmatizing waste management. The reclaimers aim to recycle waste and turn it into eco-friendly products. The camp is said to have significantly improved people's lives, causing them to have better living conditions.
I come recycling because my job was finished. It's better to do something, not to go and steal somewhere. I can send my family money. I can phone them, I can buy me clothes, I can buy me food. I can go home with that little money I have.
The guys are more presentable, so they are collecting in areas with large volumes of waste like shopping centers, business parks, offices, and now they're not only just collecting and selling, but they are collecting and baling their waste.
Some supplying water to the reclaimers, some supplying seeds to plant. Now with it being completely enclosed, with them having sleeping quarters and the relevant equipment, it actually contributes really nicely into the neighborhood.
They are essential to maintaining our infrastructure in South Africa, and seeing them as important will help to reduce the stigma that is attached to them, because they are seen as people who intrude and encroach in our neighborhoods.
It is time for sport news. Liza Sakeng on standby.
Thank you so much, Olibile. Good evening. I am Liza Oseking with your World of Sport, and we are starting off with football news. Township Rollers defeated Orapa United 1-0 to climb to the second position on the log standings of the FNB Premiership. Captain Simisani Matumo's header on the 70th minute was enough to give the Blues maximum points at Royal Area Stadium this afternoon. And in case you missed it, we have the highlights for you.
The Ostriches bona Talakhele mo Godfrey Tamekala Chalo mo Vasaki Maite kwa Godfrey Tawia Tswala Fisha bona Manjana mo Fisha Abasireletsa skeza khosipula ba go roma jalo lefty ratanang go sekhutlong wa go saga pele and Insunya wa romela lefty.
A very tough game. There's a lot of first half. We didn't come to the party as a team. We tried to play. It was difficult to make 3-4 passes. So then we had to try and make sure that they just soldier on to up to halftime. Second half, I think we came much better team. We tried to push them. We tried to keep the ball, play the way we usually play the Orapa way. But I think the steam. I think you can see the body wants to play. The mind wants to go, but the body refuses. It's clear that the boys are really tired, so they need a bit of time.
If you talk about leadership and experience, people don't understand that. They think a game is just a game. We needed that. We needed to be lucky as well, because you see, before Simi scored that goal, he missed a similar chance. He could have scored it. But today I like the consistency. We said this type of taking set pieces and changing players is not good for us. Let's do it continuously. Yeah, so we have Lefty doing it until we score the goal.
Now, Minister of Sports and Arts, Mr. Jacob Kilibeng, says the current administration of local sports fraternity is a major concern within his ministry. Minister Kilibeng highlighted this recently in an interview with BTV Sport. Kagiso Molelekwa.
Minister Kilibeng noted that, as the ministry, they have realized that local sport industry is failing to have a clear roadmap on how to run their business. Local sports is currently not having a clear vision, starting with grassroots development programs. Even the development of the government is still lacking, as well as the business community.
Mo gongwe kgathego ya goromente kgathego ya ba eleng gore ke bagwebi kgathego ya BOTSWANA.
Furthermore, Minister Kilibeng says affiliates are also facing various challenges.
Ke kopana le bone bagolwane ba eteletse.
As I met various sport affiliates, I realized that they are facing a lot of challenges, especially in terms of finances.
Na le maiteko a go bona le bone di affiliates. Ka go lemoga gore dikgwetho tse di tona tse di apereng batho ba ke gore ba itire gore sengwe le sengwe se mo go bone ha ile gore ke monga club gora gore yone club eo ke nna yo ke dirang sengwe le sengwe madi sengwe le sengwe ha gona ha ile gore gona le thuso ha etsenang teng.
With the issues currently faced by the local sports, all eyes are now looking up to the minister to come up with fundamental solutions.
Sengwe sa dio tse re ka go di dirang ra go hitisa billion ya BNAC Act.
What we are going to do is to pass the BNAC Act Amendment Bill, which will help shape the vision of sports. We are also going to pass an anti-doping bill. We have the anti-doping program, but there's no law to govern it. We will also engage bears on how companies can benefit from investing in sports.
In Nale, Kwayante, Raho hitisa molao wa anti-doping bill. Ka gore mo Botswana re na le thulaganyo eno ya anti-doping. Me ha gona molao sente hela o itebagantseng le anti-doping. Go na le dio tse di tshwana le di tax rebates. It's a priority mo go rona mo governmenteng wa rona wa o mosha. Gore re tshwantse re lebe dio tse o sesha. Re lebe bone ba BRS re lebelle gore me gone sena ba se dirile gona le mona ba go dirile me ra bona re ha go bereke re tshwantse ra nna le compensation le bone go bona di komponi di ka sologelo mosola keng ha ba tsentse madi mo sporting.
Upon the establishment of Ministry of Sports and Arts, expectations are that local sports fraternity will see growth and development, which will enhance economic diversification and employment opportunities. Kagiso Molelekwa, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
And finally, after delivering the first ever Botswana ITF CAT Under-14 Circuit Girls Singles Gold Medal last month, local promising tennis star Malek Macheng says the victory has motivated her to continue working hard, as her dream is to see herself playing tennis at the highest level. Kgatleng.
The 12-year-old local top seed said she fell in love with tennis at a tender age through her parents' and other siblings' support. She encouraged those who are aspiring to be tennis stars to take it seriously, as it involves a lot of critical thinking, which can help them in their studies.
When I'm on the court, I have 25 seconds to think of how to play the next point. And if the point doesn't go as I plan to play the other point, I have a split second to think of where to hit the ball.
Macheng, who's also a national team player, says representing the country at a young age gives her joy and hope that she'll have a successful tennis career.
It feels really great to have made the national team for the under-14 zonals. And I really hope that we'll be able to qualify for the AJC under-14 zonals. I think it's a pleasure that I'll be able to represent my country. And also the way we'll be training is, last year we saw our opponents play, and this year we'll be training even harder. I'm working on the mistakes we made so that when we come back with the trophy.
The local tennis star Macheng will be in camp with the national team early next year to prepare for the ITF CAT Southern African Junior Teams competitions, which will be held in Namibia from the 8th to the 18th of January. Kgatleng, BTV Sport, Gaborone.
Well, and that is it for sport this evening. Let's do this again tomorrow right here on BTV News, DSTV channel 289. Wilibile Samoka is standing by to give us a reminder of our top stories.
The Kasane-Kazungula redevelopment project is said to be progressing well despite challenges. MP for Kgatleng North says government commits to expedite talks with the Dutch Reformed Church Council concerning the decal land issue.
And in sport, Township Rollers defeats Orapa United 1-0 to climb to second spot on the log standings of the FNB Premiership.
That is all the news at 9. Weather is up next.
Good evening and welcome to today's weather forecast brought to you by Mpho Ishadar. Yesterday we had some rainfall activities over most parts of the country, and these are the rainfall amounts recorded this morning at 8 a.m. We have 70 millimeters at Tholodi Primary School in Tonota and Mumpuliki Setambule Garden in Shashemuk, 67 millimeters at Madinaru Crops, 52 millimeters at Tabala Primary School, 43 millimeters at Motsolapegu Primary School, 38 millimeters at Mohorosi Primary School, 34 millimeters at Sesame Gate and Motopi Primary School, 30 millimeters at Jakalas No. 2 Primary School, 28 millimeters at Baja Primary School, 22 millimeters at Suapen Metro Car Station, 19 millimeters at Dagui Primary School and Siginyara Primary School, 16 millimeters at Kamane Primary School, 15 millimeters at Mahalape Metro Car Station and Tutume Central Primary School, 13 millimeters at Panamatenga Metro Car Station, 10 millimeters at Kazungula Road Border, 5 millimeters at Puduhudu Wildlife Camp and Sibina Primary School, 4 millimeters at Mau Metro Car Station, 2 millimeters at Olifantsdrift and Plateau Primary School, 1 millimeter at Kwai Wildlife Camp, and some drops at Ngojane Metro Car Station. Now for the current satellite picture, clouds are visible over most parts of the country, and this reddish color shows some developing thunderstorms which may possibly thunder or shower this evening. For tomorrow, cloudy conditions are expected with possibility of scattered thunder showers over Ngamiland, Khanzi, Kgalagadi into southern southeast Kgatleng and southern central districts. And over the remaining districts, partly cloudy conditions are expected with possibility of isolated thunder showers over Chobe and northern central districts. Furthermore, fresh to strong winds are expected over Kgalagadi and southern districts. Therefore, the public is advised to take necessary precautions. In the morning, warm temperatures are expected over Khanzi, Kgalagadi and southern districts, ranging between 17 degrees Celsius over Veda and Ngojane to 19 degrees Celsius over Good Hope. And over the remaining districts, hot temperatures are expected in the morning, ranging between 20 degrees Celsius over Gaborone and Francistown to 21 degrees Celsius over Letlhakane and Kasane. In the afternoon, warm temperatures are expected countrywide, ranging between 27 degrees Celsius over Khanzi, southern southeast Kgatleng and Kwenen district to 32 degrees Celsius over Francistown, Suapen and Kasane. Now, for SADC cities for tomorrow, for those who will be traveling, clear skies are expected over Cape Town, while over Appington, few patches of clouds are expected with a maximum temperature of 38 degrees Celsius. Over Gqeberha, partly cloudy conditions are expected with a maximum temperature of 25 degrees Celsius, while over Johannesburg, Maseru and Manzini, possibility of thunder showers are expected with a maximum temperature of 22 degrees Celsius over Johannesburg and 28 degrees Celsius over Manzini. Few patches of clouds are expected over Antananarivo, Beira, Harare and Lusaka, with a maximum temperature of 29 degrees Celsius over Antananarivo, 35 degrees Celsius over Beira, and 33 degrees Celsius over Lusaka. And over Windhoek, possibility of thunder showers are expected with a maximum temperature of 28 degrees Celsius. Still on SADC cities, possibility of showers are expected over Luanda, while over Kinshasa, possibility of thunder showers are expected with a maximum temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. Lastly, for Blantyre and Dar es Salaam, few patches of clouds are expected with a maximum temperature of 30 degrees Celsius over Blantyre and 32 degrees Celsius over Dar es Salaam. Well, that's all I had for you tonight. Have yourself a good night.
Coming up in this edition of Eye on SADC, Cuba's Special Development Zone looks to attract Namibian investors. A Chinese delegation in Zambia to make $300 million investment. And Namibia's coastal towns of Swakopmund and Walfish Bay ready to welcome visitors.